Greetings, Master Henry.
Tell me something about Martin. You must have all sorts of stories.
I'm not much of a storyteller. You should ask Boris. He was always a bit of a blabbermouth.
Don't take it the wrong way, but you seem like a bit of a loner to me. Did you live this whole time without a woman?
No. I was with this one girl who worked in Horsham for 7 years. A fine woman she was, from out Charslow way. She had a rough childhood. When she was a lass, some awful man hurt her in a bad way. She couldn't have children after that. But I didn't mind. We were happy together. And I don't think I could raise children anyway. Only then, she got sick. And there was nobody who could help her. She's laid to rest by the church in Grund.
I heard they used to call you Fly.
Aye, aye. Skoda blurted it out once when I was standing by the forge doing nothing. He said, "Don't just stand there like a fly on the wall." I wasn't a big fan of it. But that's just how it goes with nicknames. You always end up stuck with the one you don't want.
I hear you and Martin used to be close with Boris of Brod.
Aye, old Boris, of course. He was a good bloke, never against a bit of fun.
And now he's one of the honoured masters of the Blacksmiths Guild.
You could always tell that fella would go far, unlike me.
I managed to get the heart of the clock from Vetter.
That's great news. But if you really want to fix the astronomical clock, you're in for a long ride. This is just the beginning. Feel free to ask if you need any advice. See you later, my friend.
I ought to put the heart of the clock on display somewhere. That table by the wall should show it off nicely. That's that then. Now I need to ask Magdalena about the next stage of the plans. Tell me something about yourself.
Oh, there's nothing worth knowing about me. Just an old crone fussing over her hens.
Where are you actually from?
From Kuttenberg, of course. Well, to be precise, from the cottages beneath St. Barbara's. We were a poor family. My father slaved away to put food on the table. But it was always cheerful at home. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you have to be miserable, right?
How did you even survive all those years here on your own?
As best I could. I grew a bit for myself in the garden, sold the rest at the market. I had my hens. The guild sent me a few groschen each month too. It was more of an alms than anything else. But I managed. I've learned not to whine and to face hardship head-on, like my Skoda did.
Forgive me if this sounds rude, but why didn't you find another man after Skoda died?
Before God, I pledged myself to him alone. No one could ever take his place in my heart.
Didn't you ever feel lonely?
Perhaps sometimes. But I know plenty of folks around here. There's always someone to drop in for a chat. It's not that I close myself off to love. It just never crossed my path again. I suppose it wasn't meant to be.
I'd like to know more about your husband.
What would you like to know?
How did you meet?
I met him at a dance, just after he returned from the German lands. Back then he was still a journeyman. A tall, strapping lad. All the girls had their eye on him, but he chose me for the first dance. There was a spark between us, and right away, we both just knew we were meant for each other. We were wed within a year.
Did you have any children?
We weren't blessed with children, sadly. We buried our little Annie almost as soon as we named her. She was barely 3 months old. She died of diphtheria. And poor little Yannick was stillborn. I nearly died giving birth to him too. After that, I could never carry again. Skoda tried to make it right. He took me to all sorts of healers. We tried every decoction and potion. But it wasn't meant to be. So it was just the two of us in the end.
How's trade?
Nothing sold yet. Try stopping by tomorrow.
Magdalena?
I'm glad you brought Standa here. Looks like the poor lad went through a lot down in those mines.
Maybe, but...
He's finally doing what he should. You're truly a man in the right place, Henry. That's plain to me.
Thank you.
What did you need from me? Oh, right. You were going to remind me of something, weren't you?
I wanted to ask if you'd have a look through Skoda's belongings. See if you can find anything more about that clock. Sketches, drawings, calculations...
All right, I'll take a look. It'll take a while, though. Skoda was always scribbling notes and never threw anything away. But look, if you're really serious about repairing that clock, you ought to let the town hall know. Go and see Bailiff Plumel and tell him what you're planning. He might have heard of our forge by now and give you a hearing.